What is up, guys? On today's episode, we're going to work on the Lancer, we're going to do some body work, and I'm going to fix the side skirts and do some body work on the fenders. Dude, sweet! That's legit. That's beast. Now I'm going to bring your attention to the front bumper. We need to take it off real quick, remove the headlights, and then do some body work on it. Like, I want to work on this area right here. As you can see, the mold is shitty. Right here, this area needs a little bit of extra material back here. I'm thinking I can do that with the fiberglass strand putty. I don't know. I'm going to try it anyways. We need to... You can see my mark on here. We need to trim this back a little bit because we have gap here and on that side, but in the center we don't. I mean, you might get away with it, maybe like put some, I don't know. I don't want to put any more flex on this bumper than it already has. I did make two small mounting points here and over there. I just use those self-tapping screws, and they're low profile and they sit flat. So once we do get this bumper on here, after it's painted and everything, and I set my screws down in there, I'm going to use two-sided tape and reattach this seal right here that goes on. It's normally held on with rivets. It's going to be okay like this. So we'll stick that on. Alright, so we got the headlights out, bumpers mounted back up. Now it's time to do a bunch of body work. I also need to put those tabs on while I'm thinking about it. But these lower pieces here, the bumper came with those grills in, those mesh ones, which are kind of crappy, but whatever. I got nothing for these. This was off of the stock bumper. It's the lower portion, and this is where, you know, it originally went, I believe. Right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this. It looks like it's going to fit, just fit in there. Perfect. But I don't know if I want it this way or that way. Whatever. This side, you can see it has a solid spot. There's no, nothing in here that needs airflow. So I'm going to use this side over here somehow and get it mounted. And then this side is wide open. And there's an oil cooler inside of here, as you can see. So that's why we're going to use this side over here. I'm going to mount it from the back somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. We'll do that after we get the body work done and we get the bumper off there. Then we'll chop this up and make it fit in there. But what should I do for? I need to do that because they need time to dry. So before I start on this body work, I'm going to JB weld this side skirt. Let me get it all sanded up and stuff and get those mounts back in, as you can see. So anyways, I was going through the basement looking for sanding paper. The coarsest I have is 150. I wanted to use more coarse than that. So I'm going to get my Dremel tool out with a grinding bit and just, like, you know, grind that a little bit on the inside. But while I was in the basement, I found a thing that I wanted to put in my garage. I made this a while ago. And I'm going to have this rigged up to a switch. And a lot of my friends do not watch my videos. So I'm going to do scare videos whenever they come over. I got this off of a big truck. And it did have an electric solenoid on it. I bypassed it and made a block off plate. So now you just apply air to it. I'm going to make an air switch where I can hit it and blow it. This thing is loud. I got to mount it over by the door, and whenever I have friends come over, if they come over, I'll scare the crap out of them with my air horn. Alright, I used that air tool that I got. It's like a little grinder. because you can turn the, I was going to use a Dremel tool, but my Dremel tool doesn't have selective speeds. It's just on or off. And to grind with it on full speed, you're just going to leave a smooth surface. So I use that air grinder on a low speed, and as you can see how, see if I can get to focus, how rough I got everything the whole way around on the inside and the outside. So hopefully that's a good bonding surface. We can only hope. I got a, you know, ground inside and out, and we're gonna try to get the JB Weld to stick on these. Alright, I'm going to give this a little bit of time to set up. As you can see, I got it on the inside and the outside. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but there is. And after I'm going to let it dry for a couple hours, I'm going to come back and put more on top of that, so that I know I got a good thick strong coat on there. Hoping that they'll hold up. We'll see. Alright guys, fast forward a couple days later. I did hand sand some of this. A lot of these areas, they feel really good now. They're really smooth. I didn't clean this up yet, so it's... But like by hand, I cannot feel any of these areas now. This is sanded with 320. Yeah, I thought that looked like this, but I still can't feel that. But I need to get a block out. I'm going to use, I have 120. I'm going to use 120 grit on this fiberglass strand filler here, and on those spots just to get that down. I'm going to block sand those, and then I'm going to hand sand this stuff. I still, I'm finding more pinholes that I missed. So after I get this all done, I'll clean the whole bumper up, and we'll go over and lay down some more of this glazing putty. So let's get to it. sanded the whole bumper with 320. Went back around. There were some spots that needed putty again. I had to put some more fiberglass putty in right there. I had to do some more up here. And then I went all over it. There was more scratches, more marks. And I just, you know, glazing putty all over all the scratches, the deep scratches and pit marks. So that way we can sand them down smooth. I'm going to come back tomorrow and get on this. The whole bumper is going to look like I ran over a bunch of animals here soon. Whole bunch of red splatter marks. This fiberglass strand putty is actually really strong stuff from what I've found so far. It's finish 1. It's glass. I got this at AutoZone. Comes in a pouch. Yeah, it's really good stuff. It's really strong too. You don't even really see the fiberglass in it. It's so small, but it comes with a little tube of hardener, and that's what I used for the bigger parts of it, since it's a fiberglass bumper. But it's sanded pretty smooth, and then I went over it with some glazing putty, and like where those look like bolt marks were and where the cover plate was, got it all smoothed out, so it's going to be smooth whenever it gets painted. But yeah, we'll come back to this tomorrow. I'm gonna go to the gym. I tell you what, on my work days, it's hard for me to come out here and do more work after work, but that's what I do. So I feel for you guys that work 40-hour weeks and you're tired, you don't want to do anything when you come home. That's me. That's what I do.
Make the Lancer like an Evo, they said. It'll be fun. Oh, it's so much fun.
Anyways, I've been trying to put in like at least an hour of work after work. When I come in here, I don't have much time left in the day, but I've been trying to, because I know I had a bunch of body work to do. So the bumper is all but taken care of, except for I still had a pit, because I added fiberglass strand body filler here because this had to be built up to meet the hood, and it's about perfect now. It's like matches the other side, but I had a couple pits, so put some glazing putty on there. And then this is that very small crack. I can't even get the camera to focus on it, but you can see it, and it's not very long. It's probably only right there, but I'm going to backfill this with fiberglass just so you know, it doesn't keep cracking. I want to have some reinforcement there, but that's all I'm going to do there. Over here, it wasn't cracked, but there was a gap right there, and when you had the headlight on, it stuck out past the headlight. So I filled that with the fiberglass strand body filler, and then like worked it through the inside there. It's not going anywhere, which I don't know. It might crack whenever I take the bumper off, but we'll see how it works. Everything's sanded and everything's smooth, so we're good there. I need to get onto the fender. I'll probably start that tomorrow. The side skirts turned out pretty good with the JB Weld. So they seem to be holding pretty well. I'm hoping that turns out pretty good for me. And then I know that's not going anywhere because that's glued. Like the whole backing plate is glued. But that pulled off whenever I took the side skirt off of the car. That was still stuck to the car. So it has pins to line it up. So I didn't even really have to figure out where it went. All I had to do was scuff the surface, clean it, JB weld it, and then I put C-clamps on here and let it on there for 24 hours. That's not going anywhere. So I think we're good on the side skirts. I do need to scuff them. I don't know if that's what I'm going to do tomorrow or if I'm going to do that. I'm just trying to do little bits as the week progresses. How you guys like with the new unracked hats, huh? These are limited. Like this is the only one. Little packing tape on there. It's a Hershey's Body Magic hat, and I just taped my sticker on there. Yeah.
It's holding good though. So tomorrow, guys, we're gonna get back into the Lancer, the EVO XI, and get the bodywork wrapped up.
I'm hoping to work on the dirt bike this weekend. I should be able to put it all together, put it back in the bike frame, put the bike back together, and be done with it this weekend. So I want to get at least one project cleaned up, then I can clean up the workbench and all that area and stuff. Today I'm gonna sand the side skirts so they're done. I do a little bit of body work on the fender, and also I sat down, I found a door, the best price one I could find. They said doesn't have the best paint job on it, which is convenient because it needs painted. It's dark blue, but it's 2 hours away from me. So road trip Saturday morning, and we're gonna go get that. And when we come back, we should probably have our tool. I'm hoping the tool, honestly, this ring compressor tool that I got for the dirt bike, this is ridiculous. The estimated shipping for it was to be here the 14th. Today is the 20th. And it's saying it's not supposed to be here till the 23rd. So I ordered it on the 7th. Okay, it shipped out of Los Angeles on the 11th. Went to Barstow, California on Tuesday, the 12th. Then Williams, Arizona. Then Casablanca, New Mexico. That was on Wednesday, the 13th. Then to Amarillo, Texas. Then to Belle Plaine, Kansas. That was on Thursday, the 14th. Kansas City, Kansas. Chicago, Illinois, Friday, the 15th. Chicago, Illinois to Chicago, Illinois on Saturday, March 16th. New Brington, PA on Sunday, the 17th. It's getting closer. Susquehanna Township, PA, Monday, the 18th. Brenningsville, PA on Tuesday, the 19th. It says shipment information sent to the U.S. Postal Service. Then FedEx Smart Post, Brenningsville, PA. Then Lewisberry, PA. That's today. I worked at Lewisberry FedEx plant. It's about 2 hours from here. And according to this, I'm not supposed to get it until Saturday. 2 hours away. I could go get it, probably. I don't feel like going to get it. It's going to be here. But that's just... This tool has had a better travel history than I have in my lifetime. I'm going to give you guys a heads up real quick. If you do order anything off my Teespring page, I have found that it takes a very long time for shipping. This sweatshirt I made custom and ordered like separate. The stuff that's on my account, I ordered a t-shirt and a sweatshirt, and Sean ordered a shirt. And I just went in and checked, and this was like 2 weeks ago we ordered. It still says they're being printed, so they're not even shipped yet. So if you do order something off of Teespring, I just want to give you the heads up. It's going to take a while to get stuff. I don't know why. This didn't take long at all, but I can just tell you for right now the Harbor Freight t-shirts are taking a long time. It's frustrating. Today, my ring compressing tool finally got here after it made a whole trip around the United States. I went ahead, threw the engine back together. It's back in the frame. I am in the middle of putting that back together. I still need to do the body work to finish the Lancer. And I got another product to review. And as of right this second, their main thing they wanted me to do was show you how to update it when you got it. That is the only thing I am having trouble doing with it right now. Set aside a good hour to update this thing. I am being truthful with you. a good hour. Now, I've just finally, it's been like giving me not responding and stuff like that. I plugged it in and it auto-detected it on my computer. So I'm going to try to upgrade the device while it's plugged in because I haven't successfully been able to do it yet. That being said, when I do the review on this and I do successfully get this thing updated, I will be doing a giveaway. Finally, I know. I don't ever do anything like that. I have so many code scanners right now. They're all good. Every one of them work really good. This one's just giving me trouble updating. I'm sure it'll be fine. Once I get this thing up and running, I do a review on it. I will be doing a giveaway for the code reader that I actually bought myself. It's a Launch CRP. I can't remember what number it is. I can't remember what number it is. It's a Launch CRP. And I want to say it's a 123 or something like that. Or a 321. I don't know. I'll have to go find it. I bet I actually do still use it. It's actually out in the car right now. But anyways, that crap is taking up too much of my time. I got stuff to do. Get back in the garage. Anyways, boom! The big RFS motor is in. Here, I'll show you my ring compressor tool. This thing would do just about any size. I've got a mess. There it is. And those things lock in. There's like 2 holes on each of these, and there's little tabs on that, and it locks in, holds it in place. Tap the cylinder on. Boom, away she goes. Only new part I have left to put in are these new gaskets, which go with these new covers. So you can see I put torque marks on the head bolts. We torqued everything. New gaskets, new hot cam, water pumps in, new water pump seal, new double-sided seal between the engine and water pump. Gasket sealer the whole way around. All these bolts are tight. New timing chain tensioner. It's timed up. The chain is put back together with a new link, and I riveted it. So, well, you use a rivet stamper thing to stamp. That's how you do the timing chain on these. So it's back in. Still locked in top dead center. I still got to put that spacer in down there. But I want to adjust the valves first. And it's very simple on these. You crack your nuts loose, run these in till they touch, and then you back them off 1/6 of a turn. So like one edge on this nut, back it off one edge on that nut, tighten the nut up, and that's how you do all 4. That's the simple way to do these. So I'm going to do that. Got our new sprocket on here. I only got 1 engine bolt in. I didn't put the bottom one in yet, but she's on her way. She's well on her way. We're getting her slapped together. So next on this video, I'm not really gonna video. You guys weren't really interested in the dirt bike build, so I'm just like gonna slap this back together. Next on this video, I'm gonna sand the side skirts and do I'm gonna remove the bumper and do the remaining body work on this fender. There's not really a lot. I just gotta do a little bit of putty work. There's with this dents down here, they're kind of hard to see, but you can see, yeah, there's a little bit of a dent right there on that edge, and that edge up there is all wrinkly as well. So we'll use a block and block sand this to get it smooth, and then try to block sand this a little bit and get it in a nicer form than what it is right now. Make it look a little bit nicer. Alright, so I lied to you guys. I'll get to the end of the bodywork this weekend, whatever. I'm going to close out this episode, but I just want to go over everything I did. I cleaned the carburetor, put it on, because it's a lot easier to get on before I put the subframe on. It's like very tight fit. All the hoses and lines are attached. Got the brake pedal on, swing arm, lubed the shaft for the swing arm and for the wheel, the axle, greased it up, cleaned the air filter. The only reason I'm not throwing the subframe on right now is because I did swamp this thing the last time I rode it, and this is the inside of the air box. I want to take this to a power washer and really just spray that down. Muffler's still attached. I don't care. we're gonna spray it all down, and I got the exhaust on. Everything's on. I'm not using that new sprocket because it is way smaller than that one, which would gear it up really high. And right now, I'm fine with where it's geared. So that's the same size sprocket as what was on it, but we got I have a bigger one here on the back. I'm just gonna stay with that. I love the gearing that I have right now. It's just set up perfect. I would not change it, and it's way off. I think this is like a 53 or 52 or 53 tooth, and that's a 48. So yeah, we're not doing that. I have to get up early. The ass crack of dawn. I'm gonna get up at 5:30 and get ready and head out in the early morning to go get the door for the EVO here. And also, I'm not going to close this episode out by closing the door because it is extremely windy out. I don't want to open the garage door because it's going to blow leaves and stuff in here. So if you like this episode, go check out some of my other ones. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode of Unwrapped.